Good day everyone, my name is Bongi Ngwenya and I'm extremely honored to be presented with the opportunity by Dynamic Body Technology to share my views on how to achieve sustainable New Year's resolution goals in a practical manner. In this one-sided conversation, I'm going to share how we can achieve these specific goals from a wellness perspective. Now, naturally, your thoughts may be, well, why is this relevant to me and what can I take away from this? Firstly, it's relevant because goal setting is an activity that we all engage in, regardless of the various degrees of intent that exist between us. Secondly, wellness is something that encompasses all of our lives and influences all of our lives. Again, regardless of the various degrees of intent to be utilized to ensure that we have wellness in our personal capacities. The value that I can provide for you is that by profession, I'm an industrial psychologist, so wellness is a topic that I'm very familiar with, regardless if it's in someone's individual or professional capacities. Additionally to that, I'm an athlete, and in particular a karate practitioner who has and continues to compete at a very competitive level. So when it comes to setting goals, this is something that's really very relevant to me. So considering our topic of achieving sustainable goals for 2022, I'm going to share with you a model that I use when setting and trying to achieve my goals, which I'm sure is going to assist you for this year and certainly beyond. So what is wellness? There isn't a universal definition of what wellness is, due to many arguments that are presented with regards to its multidimensionality. However, a common definition that's out there with regards to wellness is that it's states of physical, mental, and emotional harmony. However, for the time that we have today, we're only going to focus on the physical components or the physical dimension of wellness. So as the name suggests, the physical component refers to the maintenance of your physical health. Activities that it includes are exercising regularly, ensuring that you have enough sleep, and having a balanced diet. Now, generally, there are 5 reasons as to why people don't set sustainable goals, but we look at this from a physical wellness perspective. Firstly, it's too difficult to achieve. So by being too difficult, people may not have the necessary resources at the time that are needed to achieve those goals, or maybe it's setting that goal that specific period of time is just not realistic. On the other hand, sometimes goals are a little too easy to achieve, so people are not motivated or stimulated enough to try and strive towards achieving those goals. Secondly, the goals they're too broad or they're not specific. So people somewhat just go with the flow, not really knowing what they're trying to achieve. Thirdly, they're not measurable. So if it's not measurable, it's difficult to track your progress. Are you improving? Are you stagnating? How's it going? Fourthly, they're not time bound. So people don't necessarily say when they want to achieve their goal by. So that's also something that's very difficult to keep an individual motivated because there's no time or deadline in terms of when you need to achieve a specific goal. Fifthly, and lastly, people don't hold themselves accountable. So who's checking up with them with regards to their progress? Who they speak to with regards to their progress of trying to get their specific goal. Now, the model that I'm going to propose to you to help you achieve your specific goals makes use of 3 terms, which is engage, reflect, and adjust. So when using this model, you need to look back on any type of goal that you've achieved in your life and look at the behavior that you made use of and the behaviors that you didn't make use of that either helped you achieve the goal or prevented you from achieving the goal. In this model, engage refers to any behaviors that you actively engage in towards striving to achieve your past goals. Reflection is an honest evaluation of those behaviors that either promoted or prohibited you from achieving a specific goal. So once they allowed the success, what were those behaviors? How could you engage in those behaviors again to endure similar outcomes? But it's also a reflection in terms of what behavior did you not make use of that also could have probably led to a favorable outcome or leading to success. And of course, it's also an evaluation of, what behaviors did I use that didn't allow me to achieve my goal? Or what did I not make use of that again didn't allow me to achieve my goal? Which then of course leads to being positive behaviors and negative behaviors. Now, adjust is when we use the learnings from the positive and negative behaviors. How can we do more of the good things or the good behaviors that lead to favorable outcomes? And how would we do less of the bad behaviors that lead to unfavorable outcomes? This learning now guides us in terms of how we're going to strive towards achieving our goals for 2022. How are we going to make this model practical from a physical wellness perspective? According to these 5 criteria, let's look at each and every single individual one on its own. So firstly, we need to set a goal that's going to be challenging and keep us engaged. Maybe after this festive period, you've reflected and your goal is to lose the weight that you've gained over 2021 as a whole. Secondly, your goal needs to be specific. So how much weight do we want to lose? So to be specific, we say 5 kilograms. Thirdly, we need to be able to measure our goal. We need to measure our progress. So we want to lose 5 kilograms. Obviously, a scale will be the necessary tool that we'll use to track our progress. Are we improving? Are we stagnating? Are we getting towards our desired goal? Fourthly, we need to set a deadline. So we want to lose 5 kilograms by the 30th of June 2022. Lastly, we need to be held accountable. So in order to do so, we need to share our goal with a trustworthy individual. Maybe we're trying to lose the weight, it could be a personal trainer, but it just needs to be anyone who is honestly invested in you. So it could even be a family member or it could be a close friend. But this person plays quite an important role because their evaluation of the feedback that they give you, it needs to be authentic, encouraging, fair, and objective. So as you engage on your journey of striving towards achieving sustainable wellness goals for 2022, remember to make use of the engage, reflect, and adjust model, where the previous behaviors and learnings from your prior successes guide your behavior for the future. When setting goals, remember to set your goals by the 5 specific criteria to ensure that they are challenging, specific, measurable, time-bound, and that you're held accountable. I wish you luck for this year, and I wish you all the success that it has to offer.